Welcome to the Clinical Research Podcast, bringing you the latest developments in research explained by our world-leading clinicians, academics and scientists based in Nottingham.
Uncertain and stressful times bring out people's talents, and it was clear from our recent COVID-19 Research Heroes Awards that our staff in R&I are a very talented bunch. In a minute, you're going to hear from Kebba Konteh. Kebba is a clinical research practitioner in the Clinical Research Facility at Queen's Medical Centre. His particular talents during the COVID-19 pandemic earned him the nickname of the Blood God from colleagues. So let's hear from Kebba about how his skills helped us make a great contribution to fighting COVID-19.
With poorly patients in hospital, sometimes it's very difficult to bleed them. So maybe, well, I wouldn't say professional, but maybe one of the best venipuncturists in the CRF area. I've been called quite a lot to go out and help bleed people who are very difficult to bleed. I think, and then some of my friends started calling me, oh, call the Blood God, which is a bit of an extreme. I think we are all, did our own things. But yeah, that's how I got that name from, because I'm very good in taking blood from, getting blood from patients.
What's the secret to taking blood from patients?
It's practice, practice, practice.
But how do you do it without causing too much damage or too much pain?
One, I think I myself is living. I'm very scared of needles myself. I don't like my blood taken. So from my experience, I think making patients feel comfortable to start with is a very key part of venipuncture skills. Because when somebody feels comfortable around you or you around them, that will make things easier. And talk to them, talk to them what you're doing and what's going to happen, what's likely to happen, what might not happen. And if, as a patient or their family members present, if they knew what you're doing and they have confidence in you, it makes the job very easy. So I tend to make my patients feel very, very easy and know that I am doing what I know. So in most cases, they will tell me, I don't like needles, but you can go ahead. And, we end up laughing our heads up, and that helps.
That's fantastic. So do you know roughly how many samples you took over the last year? Would you be able to put a figure on it?
For different projects, bio resources in particular, you're talking about a good 800-900 samples. It's a lot of samples. I can't put an exact figure to it, but it's a lot of samples.
Have you studied the words of the poem that was written by Ian Macmillan at all? Do you have any thoughts, Kebba, on the wording? Do you like that? Is it something
I love it. I think it's very touching. And I think after listening to that, I came back to CRF and I told everybody that this poem alone, has said a lot about that. This is a teamwork, not individual. It's every single person, from NHS staff to participants to their families. It's everybody's award. It's great. We come together as Nottingham NIHR, and then this happened. It's really good.
Are you on other projects, or are you still taking COVID-19 samples?
When all this is happening, there's other trials also going on. We worked on the Oxford vaccine, which is still going on, and also, there's another vaccine called the ComCough, which is trying to check the efficacy for Oxford vaccines and also for the AstraZeneca vaccine, the Pfizer and the AstraZeneca vaccine. They're trying to compare the two. So those projects are still going on. And with the Valneva coming up, it's going to be very busy for us, but that's good. As far as it's there to help the general population, I'm very pleased and privileged to be part of that.
Who would you like to thank if these awards are all about teamwork?
Right. In stressful times, especially for people like us here who haven't got a family in the UK, you've got to have a very supportive friends around you at work to make things easier for you, because every day we're seeing what is happening. My mom, as I said, was very worried. At some point she rang me to say, I want you to come back home. And I said to her, no, Mom, as far as I'm here, I've got good people around me and I'm working to help to save other people's lives. I think I should be here. And eventually she come to terms with it. And that would be very difficult for me if I haven't got good people around me. So it's really, if I want to name names now, I'm going to call everybody's name. So all I'm going to say is just from management down to my colleagues in the lab and in the recruitment section. Everybody's been fantastic.
So it's a good place to work then?
It is a good place to work. NIH I've been around here about 19 years, although in a different role. But every single section I've been, has been very busy, which is one of the things I like about it. And it's been friendly. I have not had any bad experience with, you can have days, 1 days and things like that, but it's been generally good. And if all goes well, I can see myself in the NIH for a quite long time to come. Thank you to our patients, because without them, we would not be getting these awards, simply because every vaccine trial needs participants. So without the patients and the colleagues who participate in the vaccine trials, we will not have the results that we got now. And that's really good. And all the support I personally receive, it's not easy to be in a foreign land. And as I said, you got half of your family away, and they are very worried every day. They're seeing on tele, the Black ethnic minority groups are dying of COVID, and they're worried. But if you've got great people around you, the research team is one of the best teams in the NIH, and I'm glad to be part of it.
So that was this episode's Research Hero. You can find more of them by subscribing to this podcast or visiting nuh.nhs.uk/research. Thanks for listening. There are links in the show notes for more information on clinical research in Nottingham, and the website is nuh.nhs.uk/research. Our email and social media links are there too. If you want to stay up to date with the Clinical Research Podcast, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google, wherever you normally get your podcasts. The more shows are rated and reviewed, the more search engines like them, and the easier it is for people to find us. So if you can subscribe and rate and review us, you'll be doing it for science, not just for our egos.